We're here.
We're here.
I'm so excited.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
You've seen us do so many of these, and now you're in the hot seat.
I know. Usually I'm behind there.
Yeah, usually she's sitting over there like.
And just making sure everything's running right.
Yeah, I know.
I'm here.
Now you're here.
Which is scary, but
Fine.
great.
Don't be scared.
I know.
Not scary.
No.
Okay, where to begin?
I know.
Okay, so Colleen Dantzler.
Yes.
Welcome to Behind the Content.
Thank you.
We're so excited.
So excited.
So you're here because you're very multi-talented, obviously.
Yes.
And so just to kind of give people a backstory from my perspective really quick, I've known Colleen for a long time. We'll get into that. But Colleen's been my operations manager for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And so it's been a journey.
Mm-hmm.
And she has started Five Loaves, which is a micro bakery out of her house. Her and her husband do it. So I'm going to let it go from there. I want to hear all the things.
Yeah. So as Kelly said, I've known her for a very, very long time. I have been it's just been amazing working with her and just helping her grow her marketing side of things. And with that, I've actually learned a lot, growing my business. But yes, I own a organic micro bakery out of my house with me and my husband Watts. And we started it like officially around the holidays last year. And it's grown into just this amazing, huge business that now I'm doing full time. And I'm heading out, leaving Kelly, but
I know.
which I'm sad about, but
so exciting.
I'm very just excited and grateful and just excited to see what Five Loaves does.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to talk about all of the things. So we've known each other, like we said, a long time.
Yes.
And we've been through ups and downs and a roller coaster of positives, negatives, crying,
Tons.
happy. And so where do we want to begin? Where should we start?
So I think the first time in my memory, like meeting you was you took our senior photos.
Yep.
Like not right when you were starting out.
Yeah,
like,
but pretty much.
doing photo.
Yeah.
But she took our senior photos, and I'll have to find a picture of it.
Yeah.
Just so you can show your before and after style because it's very different. But she was friends through the horse world with one of my friends, and I'm a horse girl, like not amateur like her. I just love horses, and I did horse camp and did lessons growing up. But so that's how I knew Kelly through the grapevine. And then she started this amazing photography wedding business. And I was graduating out of college, and I was like, it'd be great to, be mentored by you.
Yeah.
And at the time, my parents were like, you need to go get a corporate job, do the whole corporate thing. So I did that for a few years. And then, I was ready to get out of it. And I literally saw you at Anthony, your brother's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, let's meet up.
Yeah. In 2020. That's when the agency was just starting. So Colleen was with me through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, through starting everything, and it just, we'll get into all the stories, but I really had no idea what I was doing. Truthfully, I knew I wanted to get out of weddings, and then I was like, hey, I think I want to do this agency thing. Will you help me? You were like, yeah. And so, it kind of just blossomed into what it is today.
Yeah. And I think to that point, when you first start as an entrepreneur, you don't know what you're doing.
No.
You were just faking it till you're making it. I'm not a baker, I didn't go to culinary school or anything.
But you are a baker.
But I am now.
Yeah.
So self-taught. So basically, being an entrepreneur, you're self-teaching, you're taking classes, whatever, but doesn't necessarily mean you had to go to school for it or anything.
Right. And I think the things, so the one story I just have to get off my chest. I think you'll know exactly. This was back when we were shooting weddings.
Yes. And I did help Kelly shoot weddings.
Yes.
And we did a bunch of styled shoots. This was before I was still in school and stuff and putting on shoots to get you weddings.
Yes.
And,
Yes. And so we were doing a styled shoot in Ball Ground.
I'm so glad you're bringing this up.
And there was this Y'all, there was this beautiful there's ruins of this like old factory or something, and it's like covered in all of this ivy.
Mhm.
And I was like, I have to do a shoot there. So I was like, no problem. This is like the delusion that you have to have when you're an entrepreneur. It's
Yeah, and
fine.
this is very Kelly.
Yeah.
Like even not that you still have like these crazy ideas, but you come up with these just like amazing ideas, and whatever it takes, she's gonna do it,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get it done.
Yeah. So we'll put a clip in for sure
Mhm.
of I got a weed whacker.
She literally thought that she could weed whack her way to these ruins. And I'm not talking like, okay, it's, like 15 feet. It's like 2 football fields long
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
with one weed whacker.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sheer delusion. We didn't make it, and that's okay. It's this better
No, well,
story.
we did make it, but we had to go on
We had
the
to go
other
around
side.
the other side.
Yeah.
Which was fine. Okay, so now that I have that story off my chest, because I just didn't want to forget that.
No.
Let's talk about Five Loaves. I want to
Yeah.
hear the inspiration, the passion, because I've been along the ride the whole way.
Yeah.
So I've seen kind of the development,
You've
but I
been
don't.
that. You've been my taste tester.
Yes. But I want to hear, and I want you to tell the audience, like, how it even blossomed into what it is. Like, what was the original seed of the idea?
Yeah. So, the seed of the idea, my husband and I moved. We lived in Utah for like 6 months, and then we lived down in 30A, down in like the Grayton area for a little bit after that. And I really got into sourdough bread when I was out in Utah. And then for those of you who frequent 30A, there is a bakery called Black Bear Bakery down there. And I would go in there like frequently. Like my kind of like morning routine was I would get a coffee from there, walk to the beach and do like a 2-mile walk and then come back. And they sold just the most beautiful and like amazing sourdough bread there.
Mm-hmm.
And they were expensive. I mean, they were like $13 a loaf. And my husband Watts was like, I think you should really just start baking them on your own. Like just learn it and try. And at that time in like where we were in life, I was like, I don't really want to do this right now.
Mm-hmm.
So after we lived down there, we moved back here and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to like try it. I have the time now. Like, why not? And I tried it and I loved it. Just the process. And really, I'm going to get biblical here for a second.
Yeah.
But there are so many, like bread is mentioned in the Bible so many times. And I really wanted to be, gift this and have this like as an idea as like an honor of God, that if I do this, like I'm just giving it to him and he can run with it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what he's done.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where specifically the story of Five Loaves is. Jesus feeds 1,000 with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And that's like one of the miracles that he does in the Bible. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to honor him and, call this company Five Loaves. So I just started baking and just sharing it with my friends and family. And, people were like, you really need to like start this for real. So I just kind of did that and just started selling. I literally would just have people Instagram message me. And at first I was writing down like all of my orders.
Yeah.
Like this person would reach out. I would have to keep up with that. And to a point where I'm like, okay, I can't do this any longer.
Yeah.
Like I have to figure out a platform or something. But that's really kind of where my passion behind it lies. I always like growing up, I was the friend that would bake the cake for the birthday or like do something special for people. And I've always like loved, just making things for people and bringing them joy that way. So it's always been in me. So yeah, that's kind of where my passion behind that comes from.
I love that. And I think you're such a good multi-passionate as well. Like
yes.
Colleen does, not only does she do, she's been my operations manager, but she's a photographer, she bakes, she's a videographer, she has a business with her sister, Say Cheese Sis. So, and of course she has Five Loaves. And so you do all the things.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're just, like
I'm just, yeah.
you're doing one thing and just staying in your lane. You're so multi-talented and you do so many things.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for you in this next venture for you to like really focus on this and like
Yeah.
hit it really hard.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I mean, I think that's an incredible and I the founder story is always so important. You know, I think that like you have to have that drive, that passion, that that sense of purpose when you have a business because a lot of the time when you're really going through it and you're
Mm-hmm.
about to have a breakdown, something's got to keep pushing you forward,
Yeah. Yeah. And truly, like, I have experienced that where I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Like, I'm doing all these things and it's like a blessing. And sometimes, like, not, I don't want to say it's a curse, but I am so creative that sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to do all the things. Like, I can't
Yeah.
tell you how many times I've been like, oh, I want to like start the sewing like plots and like sell
Yes.
those or like just do different things because I know that if I put my mind to it, I could do it. I feel like I've always kind of been that way though.
Yeah.
But with Five Loaves especially, it's really just blown up to where I'm like, okay, like I kind of like have to do it. It's really doing me and God a disservice if I don't, because I am bringing, organic, freshly milled, purposeful and healthy bread to people's lives. And like, it is amazing what people have said about my bread. And I just like, it's just so beautiful,
Yeah.
to see. But I think too, like just getting into the entrepreneur side of things, I truly believe that everybody has a talent and everybody has a gift. And to not act on that, you're doing yourself a disservice. Um, and, I don't think that we are, given these gifts for no reason. I
No,
think like
100%.
we are truly given them to help other people and, just make what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So, talking about the entrepreneur side, where do you think that, because like we've talked about,
That was weird.
we've talked about, that passion, that drive. Like, where do you think that comes from for you?
I would say my passion, I am a people pleaser at heart. Like, and to my own fault, sometimes I don't, put myself first and I put others first, but I love making people happy. And I truly think that if I can make other people's lives healthier and better, like that's it for me. Like that's all I want. And also too, my drive is I know what I want for my life. And again, if I don't like even try to get there, like
Yeah.
what's the point?
Right.
So I think my passion behind that is just really just being a light and giving people, healthy bread
Yeah.
and treats,
Yeah.
of course.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
You do it with your husband, which is so cool.
Yes, yeah. And some people can't work with their husbands.
Yeah. Tell me about that. Like, how is that?
It's great. He's amazing. Like truly, I couldn't do it without him. There have been times where I'm so exhausted. And just a little backstory, I got diagnosed with Lyme disease, so I've been trying to, figure out how that all flows in with things. There are some days where I'm super duper tired and like I can't focus, and then there are other days where I'm like, okay, I'm like ready to go. And honestly, the bread, like my bread, where I freshly mill it and it's organic, I know where it's coming from. It definitely has changed like my health wise. Like I truly believe it has. So, but working with Watts is just amazing.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do it without him. And he just gets it done. Like he has an obsessive personality. So like when I started this bread journey, he got all into it. Like learning about different hydrations, learning about different like berries. I think he knew that like wheat berries and all of those came from berries. I had no idea. He's the one who told me about it, like when we first started. So he goes all in, and that's just kind of how he is. So I'm very grateful for that. And we just, we flow together.
Yeah.
Like there are times where we're kind of like not butting heads, but just like, like we just still flow together.
Yeah.
And it just works.
Yeah.
We just know it's business.
Yeah. Look, it's just business. There are going to be days where you're just like, I like need a minute.
Yeah, like
You
the
know?
other day, I had 2 loaves coming out of the oven, and it was on me. I forgot because I tell Alexa, I can't tell you how many times I talk to Alexa every day and tell
Yeah.
her to turn the timer on and off,
Yeah.
but I forgot to restart a timer, and 2 loaves got toasted, and that was on me.
Yeah.
But I was pulling them out of the oven, and there was just, like, stuff everywhere, and we, like, still had to bake all these things, and I just looked at him, I was like, I need to step away."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Got it." Like, he just knows.
Yeah.
So,
Good to go.
good to go.
Okay, so from the marketing side,
Mhm.
so I have loved watching you build the marketing,
Mhm.
and we're gonna help you even more because we're doing a shoot. Whether
I know. I know. You're gonna be the best. It's gonna be great.
it's gonna be great. She's been so resistant,
Yes,
but
yes.
not because she doesn't want it, but
I
you
want
know.
everything perfect. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. I can be a perfectionist sometimes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's not the point.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, what are the top 3 things that you think you've done well for marketing Five Loaves?
Yeah. So I would say number one is just being authentic and
Mhm.
being genuine, and just like there's some days where I'm like, just post it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect. I get on my stories a lot, and I'm very
Yeah.
transparent. Like, even if there's some things that I
Like
don't
the
want to,
salty bread.
yeah, like exactly what's going to bring up. There are things that go wrong in life, and in bakeries, like you just never know how something's going to turn out. So there have been a couple times where the bread hasn't turned out the way I wanted it to be. Um, and even when you do test loaves and stuff, you just never know how it's going to turn out.
Mhm.
So I always bake from our big batches. I always bake test loaves before, you know, um, we sell them, or, orders are ready to be picked up. So I had like 55 pumpkins I did the other day with my mom. She helped me roll out. And the next day I went to test it, and they were too salty. So literally had 55 like salty pumpkin loaves. And at that point you're like, well, we just got to rebatch them. You
Yeah.
could refund people, but that's not the point. Like, you want to show and just be genuine, like who I am is like, no, we
Mhm.
got to make it right, and that
Mhm.
just means that I have to stay up late and maybe not get
Mhm.
sleep. But
Mhm.
you want to, show your customers, like, hey, this is real life.
Mhm.
This happens, and
Mhm.
you matter to me,
Mhm.
and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to give you the best quality product.
For
So,
sure. For sure.
so number one, I would definitely say just being authentic and transparent.
Mhm.
Um, Two, and we can talk about this like with our, clients and people in the past, like two is like literally giving away your product or your
Yeah.
service.
Yeah.
And some people don't like to hear that.
Uh, they don't.
And it is a lot of money. Like, you put your own money into your business,
Mhm.
and if you want to get your product in the right hands of the right people, you have to give it away.
Mhm.
So I would say definitely just batching and giving away my bread and cookies. And honestly, then it's good for me because I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Right? Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
tell me your honest opinion. Does it need more spice? Does it need, to be whatever it may be? So it's good feedback.
Always. Yeah.
And then I would say number three is just getting it into the right hands, right?
Mhm.
Like, so I've been, blessed with some really amazing people in my life that have helped me with all three. Honestly, I can name like three ladies in particular that have helped with all three of my businesses, who have a great community and a great following. And I'm just so thankful for them because they just put my stuff out on their stories, my bread, and
Mhm.
showcase it. And I don't even ask them to do that.
Mhm.
So really it's just getting it to the right people and who you know, want your bread and your product to be in the right hands with, and who know, like, that they're like, hey, this is a good product, or I
Yeah.
can have, my service for you
Mhm.
would be good for, you. So,
Yeah, and I think finding those people that, you know, not only are they just good people, but they have audiences
mhm,
that know and trust them. And
mhm,
so that's so important because anything that they do promote,
mhm.
the audience is going to know that
Yeah,
it's legit.
exactly.
So, well, this is sitting in front of us. And I think we should do a taste
Yes.
test. I asked her to bring some
Yes.
samples so that we could taste test some things and so we could do a live.
Yes.
tasting.
So this I already cut up a little bit of, but it's the pumpkin spice loaf.
Love it.
For the season. And then the full loaf on here is lemon blueberry.
Oh, wow.
And then we have a pumpkin oatmeal cream pie. I am altering this a little bit. I'm adding a little bit more pumpkin spice. It's very subtle.
Okay.
But Watts is like, I think we need to like step up
a
the
little
pumpkin.
bit? Okay.
So, you try.
Okay. So this is the pumpkin
swirl.
Pumpkin swirl.
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So I buy from Colleen consistently. Having a piece of her bread every morning is truly just like the highlight of my day.
Thank you.
It's so good. I don't know. I'm not an educated like culinary like food tester or baker, so I don't really know like what I'm feeling or what I'm tasting, but I just know that the texture is like superior.
Yeah. What do you think about the sourness? This loaf is a little bit
More sour.
Mm-hmm. You like it?
I like it.
Okay. So
I mean, that's what I expect, I guess.
Yeah. So the longer you let your bread sit proof in the fridge, it's called cold proofing, the more sour it gets. So some people like really sour sourdough and some people like a little bit lighter. But also too, if you're like gluten intolerant, gluten friendly, whatever, the longer you let the bread sit in the fridge and cold proof, the better it is like gluten wise. Like the starter, eats all the gluten.
Interesting.
There's still gluten in it, but it's better for you. So
interesting. Okay.
yeah. And then I would say lemon blueberries, like everybody loves it. Like it's our top seller.
This one, I've never had this one.
Okay, well this one, so I've altered this recipe and we actually blend the blueberries in there. So now.
Dang.
Yeah, so now like you don't have to worry about, ooh, am I gonna get a blueberry? You literally have blueberry with every bite.
Oh my God.
So you'll have to take some of this home, or you're gonna take all of it home actually, but to Frank.
Yeah, Frank, better eat up.
Yep.
Dang. Okay, so and sourdough is such like I feel like the sourdough trend has been a phenomenon. Do you remember when we started talking about the trad wife?
Yes.
Thing, and like, how did you feel about that going into this business endeavor? Were you nervous? Like, oh my gosh, everyone's gonna just think I'm like following the
judge
trend
me and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I really haven't like ever felt that way because I truly believe like it's my passion. And everybody can do what they want to do. I know Ballerina Farm has got a lot of backlash for stuff like, but that's just who she is. Like when we lived in Utah, they were in the mountain right behind us. Like Watson and I drove to their house one day and that's who they are. Like all their kids were outside running around. They've got their dairy. I mean, she's just who she is. And, she's a very smart businesswoman because she is profiting off of that. But no, I don't think that I've ever been like, ooh, are people going to judge me and think that I'm just like hopping on this train? Because like, I know that my product is amazing and it's not like not that I know of, we don't have something like it around where I live. So yeah, but so we mill all of our flour. So
I mean, if y'all could just come over and taste this, like truly,
I know, it's so good.
It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Does the fruit like make it softer or?
It's that and the sugars that are in the bread with the sweet loaves.
It's so pillowy.
Yeah, it's just so good.
Damn.
And you can make like French toast out of this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so good. I love it. I don't eat it every day though. People are like, do you eat your bread every day? I don't. I'm really with Lyme and stuff. I'm really supposed to like watch what I'm taking, but I do test and try all of the bread that we make just to make sure it's good quality control.
Yeah.
But no, I don't eat it every single day. I would be 1 trillion pounds.
Well, everything in moderation.
Yes. I love it.
And
it's like, if I know I'm going to have bread, I know I'm going to eat mine
100%.
Because I just milled it. I know there are literally 3 ingredients in it and it's the best of the best. So,
random.
Yeah.
But have you ever considered doing like a rosemary? Like
Yes. So this is a good leeway into the holidays.
Perfect.
So for the holidays, Thanksgiving, I'm going to do a stuffing kit. So like I'm going to obviously have the bread as the stuffing with seasoning, how to, bake your stuffing. So I'm going to do kits. We have a pumpkin coffee cake that people are going nuts over.
Oh, the coffee cake? Y'all. Okay, so I bought the coffee cake, I think last week or the week before. And I just leave things out. Like, Frank, I tell Frank that it's there.
Mhm.
I'm like, hey, this is here if you want it. And it had been there for, a couple days.
Yeah.
And we had a good amount of it. And I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna, there was maybe like a little bit, like tiny little bit left. And I just put it in the trash. And he was like, where did you put the cake? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, why would you throw that away? Like, why would you do that? Like, that was so good. And I'm like, well, I just figured, like, he's weird about, like, having stuff for a couple
Old
days.
stuff. I am too.
And I was like, oh, okay. Like, he's weird about that anyway. Like, it's fine. And he went and got it out of the trash. He literally went and got it out of the trash. That's
amazing.
I had literally just put it in there. Like, it was a new bag. But still, like, he was like, no,
ma'am.
And he ate the whole thing.
I know, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Okay, so you're gonna do the
stuffing kits.
The stuffing kits.
Pumpkin coffee cake, obviously the pumpkin swirl loaf.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my like first loaves that I made was a pumpkin shaped loaf for Thanksgiving for my friends and family. So that was like one of the first things that I had ever made. And people were like, oh my gosh, like, where did you get this? I was like, well, I made it. So I'm going to do those this year. I did them last year. So I'm going to have traditional pumpkin shaped loaves. And then I'm going to, just depending upon how these fall drops have gone with the fall flavors, I'll probably choose one other thing.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving. And then for Christmas, I'll still do the stuffing kit. And then we're going to do a rosemary garlic one. So like a savory one. Because we've been doing a lot of sweets.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely want to go more into the savory as we get into the colder seasons, soup seasons.
For
I want to
sure.
do like bread bowls for soups.
Yes.
So so we're definitely going to get into like the savory stuff.
Amazing. All right, let's try the last thing.
Okay. Pumpkin oatmeal cream pie with a bourbon vanilla bean filling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's good.
Decadent.
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm going to add some pumpkin spice.
That is so freaking good. The people listening are probably like chewing.
But yeah.
Oh, not the best, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So going back into the social media side of things.
Yeah.
So like we just talked about, the trad wife. Like I remember 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when everyone was like, raking the trad wife thing under, just ridiculing that whole situation. And then I also feel like, now there's a lot of micro bakeries that I see on social media and those types of things. Now, just overall, like entrepreneurship and micro bakery, in general, like the content that you're seeing, like, do you feel like entrepreneurship is glamorized on social media?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think to an extent. Like, again, going back to there's some days where, I'm waking up at like 5 a.m. to start baking bread. And then there are other days where I'm staying up till like 2 a.m., So, and I sometimes get on and show like, hey, here are all my orders. It's 2 a.m., but you're not seeing like me. Like, I definitely don't look like this. Like, I literally feel I look like Pepe the Prawn with my hair on top of my head and no sleep. Like, that's truly what I look like probably 80% of the time. And I think that some people show that, and I love those entrepreneurs and creators who do it, but there's some that don't. And I think us being creators, we know that's not real, but I don't know. I would hope people don't think that that's like real life by now.
Yeah, I do feel like the, entrepreneur lifestyle gets so glamorized, and I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things. I think social media in general,
Yeah.
there's always like ups and like benefits and cons to it. And I've seen so many people that are like, I'm gonna quit my 9 to 5 and I'm gonna become a creator. And I'm like, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it's great. I think anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur
Yeah.
and has the ability to do it is 100% go for it. It's the greatest thing, but it's also insanely difficult.
It really is.
And it will challenge you in ways that you never could imagine. And so I just think like social media is just such a place where obviously we live on social media a lot.
Yeah.
And the entrepreneur space and like the micro bakeries, I freaking love following them.
I know.
Like I love it so much, but it
I do
is
too.
so like it just looks so like Little House on the Prairie or like Ballerina Farms vibes, like, and I know it's not like that.
No.
You know?
And to be truthful, like I've had followers be like, hey, I want to see day in the life and stuff like that. And I that's on my to-do.
Yeah.
It's definitely on my to-do. I haven't had the time, but it's not like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there are dishes in the sink all the time. There are crumbs everywhere all the time. Like I have like days where I spend cleaning. Like it's not like that. And there are some creators that do show that, you know, but then there are other creators that are like, ooh, I want to be this whimsical farm homestead, which I love. Like I would love to have that.
Yeah.
But it is nice if you give them a sneak peek that like, hey, it's not like this all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's truthfully, it really isn't.
Yeah. And I mean, I love like, I own a farm too. And I love the creators that are like, really show what actually happens, you know, like because in anything, right? Whether you're a farm, whether you're a micro bakery, whether you're whatever you're doing in your life, I always like the people and appreciate them showing the sides of things that aren't always so glamorous. I mean, the authentic side, the real side, and because 90% of the time, I'm shoveling shit or I'm, dealing with in my business, I'm dealing with clients and dealing with all these other things. And then you have a personal life on top of that.
Yeah. It's just a lot. And I think a lot of people at first are like, ooh, I'm just going to like quit my 9 to 5 and like go all into it and being an entrepreneur, which is, again, to your point, like it is amazing, but it is a lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work.
And you're working 24/7.
Yeah.
And my piece of advice is don't quit your 9 to 5 before you're already established with your entrepreneurship.
And that's a hard that transition is hard.
That's hard. That's when you're really grinding because you're still, you're trying to make the people that you work for happy and keep up with that. But also at the same time, you're trying to, create and mold this new business that you have and keep those people happy and yourself happy. And it's a lot.
Yeah, it's very, very hard.
It's not for the faint of heart.
No, but it's also, the wins are unlike anything you'll experience. You know, like, I think Frank works a 9 to 5 and a corporate job, and he sometimes like has a really hard time understanding like, well, like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like what's like, where's the passion? Like, where's like, why?
Yeah.
Because I think when you're working for a corporation or someone else, it's just not the same. It's
No.
never going to be the same. And so, yeah.
Yeah. And I think too, like corporate life can be for some people
110%.
But there are some people that I feel like are in corporate where they're just not meant to be there.
No.
Like even I talked to my therapist and she was like, Colleen, I just don't think you're meant to work under somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I truly think, again, you're going to do yourself a disservice if you don't go after what you want.
100%.
And if an office job isn't for you, it's not for you, and that's okay.
Yeah, and I think that, this people that don't do it, they're scared of the failure, right? And like, I guess it's all about your perspective, right? Perspective is so important when you're in this journey because if you have the perspective of like, well, I'm just afraid to fail, so I'm just not going to do it, or I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that. I truly am of the mindset that if you never quit, you never fail. There's gonna be things that happen that don't go the way that you wanted, or maybe you host an event and nobody goes.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do something and you make no money off of it, or like whatever that looks like. And you just keep going.
You just keep going.
And that's it's okay.
a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's okay. But if you feel like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling over this one thing, you're not going to make it.
No.
But you just have to, I look at it like, okay, it's a challenge, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, like for example, last night I had my second fall flavor launch and something on the back end wasn't charging people for pumpkin oatmeal cream pies. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go back and like all these people who just ordered, I have to say, hi, sorry, but if you don't pay, I can't give it to you.
Yeah.
So there are things that happen like that, but it's just like, okay, now I know next time I need to make sure this is in place, and it's just a learning lesson.
Yeah, and I do believe that your ability to manage stress, like really, like the threshold just becomes really low, like or really high, I guess. Like your ability to handle things like that, and you're just like, okay, well, this is happening.
Yeah.
Let's not freak out, and everything's going to be fine because we've managed things worse than this before. So it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know? So,
and I truthfully think that comes from, I'm the youngest of 4. And like my parents had my other 3 siblings, you know, younger in life, and then I came later. Oops. But I just have to go with the flow.
Yeah.
It's just kind of is who I am.
Yeah.
But you have to be like that
100%,
because if you let it just beat down on you, it's just not good.
Yeah. And I mean, it's, and as I get older, I'm realizing like the effect that stress has on your body in general. And, you know, sometimes the thing that gets me is sometimes I don't even know I'm stressed, you know? So I think you just have to be really self-aware and really conscious of how much stress is being put on your body and just how to manage it. You know? Because that doesn't mean like, oh, well, you can't do it. It's just manage it. Make sure you're, you know, taking time for yourself and all of those things, which I think is rare in entrepreneur life.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Some of the things that I would love to get to the gym, you know, like 4 or 5 times a week, but that's just, I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
So I know like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to go for a walk.
Yeah.
And just even doing that, like it's better than doing nothing 100%. And like sitting and, you know, just having that, you know, huge weight of like, oh my gosh, I couldn't go to the gym today. Like just sitting on you, like at least do something.
Right.
So yeah, it is important to just manage and figure out like how to manage it. Cause, and even like with sleep, like I have to figure out sleep stuff. I'm like, okay, you know, I got to stay up late baking this. So then I'm going to, you know, take a nap here, or I'm going to, you know, go to bed early here. You just have to.
You have to. I mean, and I think that there's so many like great, wonderful entrepreneurs that, you know, preach the grind and all of the things. But I think it's so important to also preach the level of, you know, and I think, and 2, success looks different for everyone.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I think the level of, or what you think success is and what I think success is very different.
Yeah.
And so I think that when you start out as an entrepreneur, you just think, well, I just want to be successful. And you think that that's kind of just like a blanket term. Like everybody is like, once you hit a certain pinnacle, that's successful, and it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think that I've learned that a lot throughout the years. But
yeah.
Okay, so what are you excited about? I know we talked about holidays and all the things, but in terms of like the next couple years, like where are you wanting to go with Five Loaves, and like what's your dream?
Yeah, so goal for this next year, 2026, is to get into, I'd love to get into Alpharetta Farmers Market.
Yay.
So plugging that, if anybody knows any contact.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that and really see how that shifts our business. Like, do we need to focus more on markets, or do people really love, you know, coming to the house and picking up bread? So I'm interested to see how that goes, and I'm hopeful that that will happen.
Yeah.
But I don't even think I've told you this, but we got into a restaurant.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Who?
I can't tell you yet. I can tell you offline.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. So, which is just like crazy. I remember sitting here. Remember like when you hosted that event and we had people like from the business suites we're in come in, and like we went down and like just talked about business stuff and like your goals for the year, and like thinking back on like that moment, just sitting there and being like, yeah, I started this micro bakery and I'd love for it to, you know, like get kind of big, and then here we are. It's just like amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, markets, and then clearly a restaurant, and just see, like, honestly, where God takes it. I'm just like, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't really have expectations.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's, I think sometimes, like, especially women do this a lot, where I feel like it's when they start businesses, they always feel like, well, I don't want to ask for too much. I don't want to ask too much. Like, I don't want to, like, set too high expectations. I
Yeah.
don't want to push too hard. And I think that could be, like, I think we all do it.
Yeah.
We all do it. But I truly believe that, like, you could take this as big as you wanted. Like,
Thanks.
we're not talking like small, like just even local, like you could take it nationwide. Like
Yeah.
there's so many things that you could do with it.
Yeah.
And,
And it's amazing to see, like, 2 people DM me, like, hey, do you ship? Do you ship? Do you ship? Do you ship? And I'm like, no, not right now. But, like,
Yeah.
who's to say that won't happen, Because I do want people to have, like, really great quality bread.
well, yeah. And it's a product that you can ship.
Yeah.
It's not like something that has to be on dry ice or,
Yeah.
Something that's really challenging to ship, or like alcohol where you
Yeah.
have to, like, there's laws and
Yeah.
everything. So realistically, it would not be that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that that's easy
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
I
Well,
truly am.
kudos to Kelly, because I've learned so much of my marketing and just life from her, because she's just been an amazing mentor, and I love you so much, and I'm so grateful. And I did tell her, whenever, if you ever need anything, like, photo shoot wise, like, I love photo, and I always want to be there
Absolutely.
for you guys.
Yeah. I think she's going to have, so she leaves next week.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to have, like, phone.
I know I am.
I feel like you're going to be like, will you just, like, keep me in the text?
Yes.
Or, like,
I'll be like, I have to know what's going on here.
yeah.
And,
like, well, how is this client doing?
Yes.
Or, like, what's going on?
yes, I do get FOMO, because
Yeah.
I like to
I know.
be involved and keep people happy.
100%.
So yeah. But what about you? What's your goals for the next 2 years?
Wow. What a question.
Yeah.
Spring that on me.
Yep. Yeah, because,
Goal?
like, I've been here since the beginning, and it's just been
Yeah.
an amazing transformation, and I'm so proud of you
Thank you.
and how you've handled and managed clients, teammates, like,
Thank
everything.
you.
I mean, that's, like, something I don't say lightly. Like, it's amazing.
Thank you.
So what are you thinking next 2 years?
Next 2 years, I really feel like the structure of the business is changing slightly.
Mhm.
I really would like to be able to service people outside of local. I would really like to host some masterminds. I would really
Mhm.
like to, create a bigger community,
Mhm.
of, and you and I have talked about this, like 2 years ago. I really wanted to, like, swing towards, like, women entrepreneurs, and then
Yeah.
I didn't. And it was like this, like, wax and waning of, like, this calling that I feel like, and, like, I don't know if that's where I'm going,
Mhm.
but it just feels so natural to speak to women entrepreneurs
Yeah.
directly. So, and not to say that I can't speak to men as well. I just know the women's struggles so much better.
Yeah.
So I feel like definitely big goal is I would really like to service women across the nation. Women, because, like, I feel like there are so many women that I see on social media that are talented and
Yeah.
beautiful and have amazing ideas, and they just don't know how to grow their business. They don't know how to get the message across. They don't know where to, like, even begin with something like that. And that's heartbreaking,
Yeah.
because sometimes it's not even about how much talent you have. It's just, like, what resources you have.
Mhm.
Like, what resources, what knowledge do you have? Like, who are you learning from? So all of those things are really important when it comes to even beginning, like, starting that seed and beginning that foundation. So that's definitely something I would like to do. I would also like to host, like, workshops and masterminds at the farm.
Oh, that would be so fun.
So I want to
I'm
do
there.
like retreats, essentially. So I want to host retreats on the farm, for entrepreneurs to come and just kind of reset, get grounded, like,
Yeah.
bring some education, things like that. Like, that's
Love it.
always been something that I've really wanted to do. I think that there's going to be a calling for that.
Yeah.
And we have the perfect space for it.
Yeah, you'll do.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
she's literally transforming her property into, like, the most beautiful thing ever. I'm, like, so jealous. I'm like, that's the goal. Like,
I mean,
truthfully.
look, just like anything, we've been there for, 12 years, and it just
Yeah.
takes so much time.
Yeah.
You know, like you grow, what you want changes, you hit roadblocks and all of those things, and some years you can get a lot done, and then some years you can't get anything done, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think that when I shifted my mindset to like a day-to-day or a month-to-month like basis of like what I could accomplish, and thought about it in a year basis,
Yeah.
it kind of like made you settle a little bit, or made me
Yeah.
settle and kind of like take a breath of air and just be like, okay, like this doesn't have to get done
Yeah.
tomorrow.
It's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, but like, you know, even planning for things that I want to do, like I'm just, because I think I was so focused on like within the next 60 days, like I would shoot myself in the foot because I wasn't thinking of the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And so that I couldn't prepare myself for the next 6 months, so that when I got there, it was like everything was in order, everything was ready to go, everything was lined up. So that's definitely something that I've learned the hard way.
Yeah.
And I think I don't want to say I've wasted time, but it somewhat has made me lose opportunities because I was just thinking too rapidly. Like I wanted it too soon. And it just doesn't work that way. Like you just can't have that expectation. You know, we just shot this docuseries for the first time, and I think that for the, you know, first like couple months, I was like, my stress level was like at 110.
Yeah.
But then I just realized, I was like, we're planning for the next like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't something that's going to happen. And like, you're going to just wake up and you're going to look on your YouTube account and you're going to have, you know, 100,000 views. Like, it's not going to happen. So go ahead and start planning of how you're going to get there within the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And be realistic, right?
Yeah.
So, that's not
advice.
to say like you can't shoot for the moon. Shoot for the moon.
Yeah.
But give yourself time.
Yeah.
Give yourself plenty of time to get there.
Yeah.
So, and don't be hard on yourself. Like, don't be hard on yourself when you're like, oh, well, I'm not hitting my goal and you know, within the next month or 2 months, and like, I'm going to beat myself up about it. Like, this is a long game.
Yes. Long
you know,
game
situation.
Long game.
So
For
yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm excited about. And, you know, I think the agency model that we have is I mean, I love everything that we've built and everything that we've done, but I do think that I would like to be able to service more people outside of local.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be amazing.
Yeah.
And it'll happen. I mean, like we said earlier, like the only way is for it to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you can't fail at it.
No, you literally just cannot, like, you're never, and trust me, I have hit some serious walls where I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm just done. I physically, mentally, emotionally cannot do this anymore. I really just hit a wall within the past like 2 months.
Yeah.
I just like came off of the show, and I like looked up and I was like, I have no fucking idea where I am.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like no idea.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you know, you discover a lot about, you know, not only do you discover a lot about you, but you discover a lot about the people that you surround yourself with.
Yes.
That's also, when you're an entrepreneur, really, really important.
Yes.
Because if you don't have the right support, the want and the drive to quit is like, you're always like
Yep.
you know?
You're like, oh my God, what
Yeah.
am I doing? I just give up. Nope.
Yeah.
And the people around you, I mean, those are your lifelines.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
Truthfully. So, well, I'm excited for you.
I know. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And everybody, that we're putting it out into the universe that if you are not local, that Colleen will be able to ship soon.
I hope so. That's a dream. Like, I would love that. I mean, I'm going to test with my sister. So my parents and my sister live in Florida, one of my sisters. And so we're going to do some tests. I have another friend in New York. She's like, please ship it to me. So we'll see. But I would love to get there.
Yeah.
I just don't want to add in the bad ingredients if I have to do that.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
one step at a time.
yeah. Love you.
Love you.